What's up guys, welcome back to Hypixel Skyblock and the first video of this year and the first video in 2 months. Please don't unsubscribe, I was actually busy. But today we'll be actually doing something and maxing out, not really, our crimson armor that we got in our last video and testing it out on some slayers. If you like the type of content I make, please feel free to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to see when I upload next, and I'll see you in the video. Looking at the state of my crimson armor right now, it is very terrible. It's still at hot tier and it only has the basic enchants. Looking at this, the first thing I decided to put on was a reflection 5 book. I really don't know why I chose to do this first, but I think I just had one laying around. Moving on, I G6 P6 all 3 of my pieces. Like I say every video, please do your experimentations every day, especially if you're Ironman. This is the only way you can get T7s relatively cheap, and I still regret not doing them. But anyways, I decided to put title 3 on my crimson leggings because I wanted to hypermax this thing out eventually, because crimson armor is the best armor for damage outside dungeons. Following that, I put stealth 1, sugar rush 3, and surprisingly I didn't have feather falling 10 on it yet, so I put that thing on as well. The last enchant I'm going to be using is the strong mana books, which I got a ton in my last video. Had to quickly go over to the aisle to get some Titanics, but I was able to put my strong mana 7 and 6 for my pants and boots respectively. Looking at the enchants now, it is a lot better than it was before. Don't worry guys, I did not forget about the fumings. In my chest, I still have a decent amount left over and I was able to afford this, but I won't have any more for another set of armor or weapon. And spoiler alert, I haven't done a single dungeon run since I got in my Hyperion, so I'm running low on these kinds of items. And finally, for the time we've all been waiting for, upgrading my crimson up a tier. I also forgot how expensive this was because it drained me of 15 million coins and we're still at burning tier. As you've probably already seen from the title, I'm all the way going to fiery tier, and looking at the requirements to prestige, 50 Kuja teeth and 10 million coins is brutal. If you already did the math, that is 150 Kuja teeth and 30 million coins just to upgrade my crimson armor. But you can't lie, this set is looking fire right now. To further improve my setup, I went over to the gold mines and bought myself an extra rift necklace and David's cloak and reforged them to the strengthened reforge. This will give me extra strength, but I'm going to mainly use it for their magic find. I also decided I wanted to get a primordial helmet instead of a warden's, so before that I got myself some flaming spider shards for more damage against spiders. One of the things I neglected doing on this profile is upgrading my Abiphone due to the cost being 100 million coins, just for some utility but mainly for the Skyblock XP. The one I'm using right now is the cheapest one and it doesn't even have Maddox's contact. The type I chose on buying is the dragon one because I thought it looked the coolest, and as you may know, the admins decided they were gonna release a new Abiphone that was more expensive than this 2 weeks later. The reason I actually bought this Abiphone was to get rid of my bat phone, so I went over to Maddox and got his contact. I also leveled up to level 422. One of the reasons why I was doing T5 Slayer, and this is my first boss by the way, is going to be because of the new armor, the primordial helmet. This is the direct upgrade to the tarantula helmet, which was already good. I wanted to get this because this didn't reduce my speed while not reducing my damage by a whole ton. The only item I was actually looking for was going to be the tarantula catalyst. This is used to upgrade your tarantula armor into the primordial. I also had to go back to my island and gather more silk from my chests to craft the stack of silk I needed. And I actually ran out of iron, so I had to go mine some in the dwarven mines. The crafting recipe is simple and cheap. For a good helmet like this, it is very cost friendly. I decided I was going to use this thing over my warden's helm, so I went ahead and maxed this thing out using recoms, growth 6 and prot 6, as well as a Transylvanian 5 book. Since the gemstone slot was very cheap, I unlocked that and gave it a perfect onyx because I do have a lot of strength but not that much crit damage. Lastly, I put the 5 fuming potato books that is still needed, giving me extra defense and health. Looking at this now, it is looking very good. And I did do a quick test after this on some spiders, and the damage difference was around 50 to 100k, which isn't that much since this doesn't reduce your speed. I was also wondering about what ultimate enchant I would put on this helmet. I was thinking about refrigerate, but I didn't have enough of the volcanic rocks, so as a last resort, I put last stand 5 on it. This will help me in slayers, especially endermen, in my survivability. Speaking of survivability, I also decided to give it hardened mana 6 because I needed a little bit more defense for Enderman Slayer, which is probably going to be the next video. On that note, I also applied Mana Vampire 6 to all of my Aurora pieces as well as my Wither goggles. To test out my new armor, I went to the Isle and did some Blaze Slayer. First, I tried a T3 with full Crimson armor, which I was able to easily do. And then I replaced my chestplate with a Sorrow to attempt a T4. After several attempts, I decided I was going to use the cheese spot at the entrance, and I was able to successfully kill my first ever T4 in my life. During the fight, I used 2 Force Crimson, a Sorrow chestplate, and a Primordial helmet. The items I used for some utility was going to be my Rag Axe, my Wither Cloak sword, a sword of bad health, and my Wand of Atonement, because if you're in this cheese spot and you use a hype to heal, you just get teleported to the middle of the block, which you don't want because you want to stay on the side so that you can avoid the fire pits. During all of this, I was dropping multiple RNG drops like Dices and Fire Aspect 3 books, the rarest RNG being the Duplex 1 book. This is also very useful as I need 16 of these books so I can get a Duplex 5 term. Unfortunately, this is going to be the end of the episode, and don't worry, I won't be gone for another 2 months, and hopefully return to a normal upload schedule, uploading my next video in the next 2 weeks. In this video, I was able to be a T4, even though I was using a Sorrow chestplate with the Crimson armor, proving how good it is. If you want to start Blaze, you should definitely get Crimson, at least probably burning, more on the fiery side. So, if you like the type of content I make, please feel free to like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to see when I upload next. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.